Hey everybody, welcome back to Burning Rubber Garage. We're in the shop today. Again, we're going to do a little story time. So if you don't like story time, I'm sorry, but I think you'll find this one really interesting. It centers around frostbite. I was out filming the video where I was talking about the torque converter and taking you guys along, and I had just pulled over. I was going to take the vacuum advance off the distributor, so I was plugging up the line, and I see this truck. You can kind of hear the gravel, cracking and creaking and whatever, shooting out, whatever it's doing as someone pulls up. You know that sound. And I look around the hood like this, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe I'm in the guy's front yard a little bit, because there's not a lot of shoulder on this road. And he comes out, starts talking with me. Hey man, I really like your truck. I've seen it out and about a couple times. Can you tell me about it if you have time? And I said, oh yeah, I definitely have time. I love talking about old cars and stuff like that. So he comes up and he would make a comment here or there as I had one of these, Stepside. I had to sell it for XYZ reason. I got my new truck, but I just, it's a nice truck, heat, AC, all that stuff, but I want another older truck. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. We talked a little bit about where I had found it, how long I had had it, what I had done to it. Literally, we started at the front of the truck and went back. And the thing that should have kind of registered with me that he was more than just talking to me about the truck is when he said, because this is something I ask almost everyone I call on a car. If you didn't sell it and you were to keep it, what else would you do to it? And some people will give you the standard, it's in the ad, I would fix the brakes, they're not strong. And I usually say, no, besides that, to make it more of what you want. And so this guy, I was like, I told him, I've got the parts, I just need to do it. I want to put the fuel tank under the bed, a little more weight back there, gets it out of the cab. Stereo system in here, fix the heater, and then drivetrain wise, if I didn't change anything, I'd be a-okay. I'd be just fine. But with the fuel tank, it's got a return line, so probably go fuel injection up front, and then some different wheels and tires, just for a change. And he's like, oh man, that's not bad. So it's pretty solid. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's like, well, I've seen you drive by my place. Because I love to rip around these roads. There's a lot of times I don't even take a camera, I just go. And he's like, I've seen you drive by, so I know it runs. And I've heard you drive by, so I know it runs pretty good. I just saw you pulled over and thought I'd take the chance. So we talked a little bit. I asked him about the Stepside that he had, and he told me a little bit about it. I believe it was a 70. And he's like, I really like this truck. Would you let it go? And he offered me $19,000. And I was like, I was taken off guard. I bet my face just looked stupid, like, what? Huh? And I've only had that happen a few other times where someone out of the blue just comes up and wants to buy something that's not for sale. And I ended up selling both of them. So they were both trucks. It's funny, trucks do it. I haven't had that happen with the car, but anyways, we were sitting there chatting for another minute, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to let it go. And this is where I made mistake number one. I should have probably got a name at least, a phone number, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. He's a little older gentleman. He may not do any of those things. But a lot of people still have a Facebook. Everybody likes to get on Marketplace and search out here. But I may have made the mistake of that. Is it a big deal? No. I know the general area where he lives because he's mentioned I've driven by. There's one road that I love to freaking drive by. So I know what he drives. If I were to pay more attention to my surroundings and look, because out here the houses are a ways off the road, and look back in there, maybe creeping by slower, I maybe could see his truck if it's sitting out. But I told him I would want a little more than that to let it go, and he said he'd have to think about it. And that's kind of where we left it, but he just, it felt really good to have somebody come up, acknowledge the truck, that it's worthy of them buying, or it's something they would be happy with. It felt really good to have that, and then tell me I did some tasteful upgrades. I mean, it always feels good. Generally, I don't really care what other people think, because if it's my truck and I'm happy with it, I don't care what someone else thinks. But it still feels nice when someone's like, I really like it. He loved the LED lights. He loved it. It's hard not to. I mean, they don't detract any. It's not like when you look at it, you go, gosh, that's an ugly aftermarket light. These things look as good as factory. They just work better. They draw less power. There's really no downside to it. I'm sure a purist would be like, they're not what they came with. Oh, I get that, but they look just like it. If I didn't say anything, you might not know. But yeah, it was interesting to have that happen. Like I said, I'd had it happen once before on an F-150, and it was I was taken back. The guy came to my door. He lived across the street. We didn't talk too much. Just come over and said, what would it take to get that truck to park in my driveway? And I'm sitting there like, you want to buy it? And he's like, yeah, I wrecked my Sequoia and I need a vehicle. And I've been eyeing your F-150 for a while. And I said, well, give me just a second. So I pulled out my phone, looked it up, and I go, Highbook is what it will take for you to take this vehicle off my hands. And he said, okay. And I said, whoa, I'm not quite ready for that. Let me think about it, and I'll get with you. And so later that night, I texted him and said, yeah, dude, let's do it. I'm not driving it that much anyways. I like my old cars better. So that was when I got rid of my F-150s. So it's something about these vehicles, and this guy felt the same way, that you can't get from driving the newer vehicle. There's a feel, there's an experience, nostalgic sort of, just, it's hard to capture. And it's hard to capture in words, and it's hard to capture on camera while you're driving them. But there's very few times when I'm driving one of these older cars that I'm not happy. I'm not smiling. Even when it breaks down, like the GTO left me on the side while I fixed it. Man, I was walking back like this. I'm like, oh, stupid 02 cents. And I look back and I'm like, damn, that's a good looking car. Even with the hood up on the side of the road. So what do? Pull out my phone, like, psh, 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 taking pictures. There's just something about them that it just makes you feel like you're the big man on campus, the king, just better than you are, 10 feet tall, whatever, ripped. I mean, whatever that thing that makes you feel good, that's how these make you feel. And it's hard to explain it and get it accurate. But people who have one or are into these know, and they get what I'm saying. Where I have the trouble is, people will, why do you have all these old cars? You could have had like a C8 Corvette or something. People will message me and I'm like, I'm sure the C8 Corvette is awesome, but this Camaro, when I'm driving it, I'm going to feel cooler than I would in that C8. Because eventually the C8 is just another C8, and you're going to start seeing them all over the road. How many other 68 Camaro SSs am I going to see? Maybe headed to a car show, I might see a couple. It's just the way they make you feel is something else, and this truck does that for me. This is one of my favorite vehicles. It has been the Burning Rubber Garage poster child for 2020. I mean, when I need to do something or I want to get away, this has been my go-to vehicle. I'll go cruise it, I go out, it starts. There's been a few times where I didn't have that, and it just felt wrong. Like when the fuel pump went out and I was, didn't have the time to do it right away. It just felt like something wasn't right. So, I don't know, I guess what I want to say is, did I make a dumb move, you think? Because I can find another one of these and probably do it again. Maybe not the exact same, but I can find another one, make it nice, look, drive, run, all that good stuff. Again, they're out there. You just got to hunt and be willing to travel. I've met a lot of people because of Frostbite, which is, maybe that's part of the reason why I wanted more than he was asking, is there's a lot tied to Frostbite. A couple of the people have sent me products to try. It's from Frostbite. They saw the Frostbite video. And they're like, man, you got to keep them shiny. Why don't you try our products on your tires? And if you like it, do a review on it. Post a couple things. A lot of times I turn those down. I don't like being on the hook for making stuff for people. And I told them that, I always tell them, like, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. But that's for another day. It's just, there's something about this truck that I dig. I've had it for a couple of years now. It's been a very, very fun vehicle that if I want to go fast in it, I can. Well, relatively fast. I mean, it's not like brand new sports car fast, but for a truck, it handles, it goes quick, it leaves rubber with both tires. It's a good deal. So, I don't know. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you think I made the right move. If I didn't make the right move, still give it a thumbs up. Put something down in the comments if you can. Just let me know what you think, what you would have done. Would you have dumped this truck and started new with another C10? Would you have done like I did and been like, nah, I can't let it go, because to me it's worth more than that. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. The truck is still here. I don't see it going anywhere. I really like the truck. I mean, one day it might, but I don't have any plans for it to go anywhere in the near future. I still have a lot of things I want to do to this truck, and I have that other C10, the orange truck, that we've got a lot of things I want to do to that. I have become a huge Chevy C10 fan, especially 67, 72, and I'm becoming a big fan of the square bodies. I mean, some of my first trucks were square bodies, Blazer, and then a little single cab shorty K10. So just fun trucks. I love Chevy trucks, I do. And these two-wheel drive has become my new thing. I didn't really own any two-wheel drives till I came out to Tennessee. I'm in the Suburban here, but out here it's just, that's the way to go. Get them low. Nothing I have is lifted anymore, which is fine. Everything's kind of got a drop on it. So it's funny how you change, lifestyles change, and, you know, as you get older, you start to, I don't need my truck 6-8 inches in the air at 37s. I want to squeeze 22s under it. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. So if you can, leave a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me know if you think this was the way to go. Keep it. Or if you think I should have just dumped it and come out ahead and started again. So with that, we will see you on the next one. Not sure what that is yet, but it'll be soon. See ya.